Good evening, afternoon, West Ham fans. Let's predict the starting 11 for the game against Burnley in a few hours' time. Yes, everybody, Russ and West Ham. I hope you're all safe and well. Happy Sunday. Hope your Sunday's going swimmingly. I've been already on when I did match day morning, and I've come back here to do the starting 11 show. And then I'm going back to West Ham to do the old ones and twos. Busy day for me, isn't it? Busy day for me. Happy Mother's Day to all your mothers out there, your mother. Anyway, we play Burnley in a few short hours. As we try and do for anyone new to the channel, we try and predict the starting 11. Now, I didn't predict the starting 11 for the Freiburg game very well because I didn't think it was going to go so strong. And obviously, we went strong and we fucked up. So the consequence of that is I don't know what we're going to do today. I don't think we're going to go full strength today. I don't think we can go full strength today because I think there'll be a lot of tired people, a lot of tired peeps. Well, one, particularly our centre half, who I don't want to be playing, in all honesty. Sorry, Mr. Kurt Zuma, but I don't want you in our side. I'd rather put Leia Forget in on the side. Now, obviously, we don't know the final injury status of. We know Maxwell Cornet is definitely out. He's definitely. So don't bother putting him in your side against his former club later on today. But in terms of Naya, if he didn't travel, there was a slight question mark on him. Moyes said in his press conference on Friday, there was a slight question mark about Nayef's availability, and also Emerson. Obviously, Emerson went off on Thursday, injured with about 25 minutes to go, 20 minutes to go, something like that, wasn't it? And Cresswell came on. I thought he did all right. To be fair, I thought he did all right. But he walked off. He wasn't helped off. He wasn't aided. He wasn't on. He went off on his own accord, so to speak. He didn't need support to leave the field. So I'm going to assume he's all right. Because if it was obviously he wasn't going to be all right, Moyes would have probably said that on Friday, probably. But then we don't know with David Moyes, to be honest. We don't know what he's thinking sometimes. So let's get the old starting 11 team sheet out. Now, let's start off with the easy ones as per usual. Let's start with goalkeeper. Areola back between the sticks. And hopefully a good performance from him. I'm going to assume Emerson's playing. Now I would assume he's going to pick Soufal. Although saying that, to be honest, when we played Burnley at Burnley, did Soufal play? And I think Soufal played, and we were shown up by both wingers, if I remember correctly. Both wingers, sort of tore our fullbacks new ones. We were relatively lucky to get away with a victory at Turf Moor, to be honest. So I would be surprised if you'd see Ben Johnson come in. But then again, I thought Ben Johnson was going to play on Thursday, and he didn't. So I would assume Soufal's there. For me, Mavropanos keeps his spots. And then I would bring in Naya Forged. If not Naya Forged, then I would bring in Angelo Bonner. But I would not put Kurt Zuma anywhere near this because, yes, Kurt Zuma's a fantastic, defender. But how many times this season now has he just hasn't, literally has given goals away because he's fallen asleep? I'm not saying everyone else is immune to it. Mavropanos has done it. Aged's done it. Bonner's done it. But it does seem because Zuma is always there as a constant presence, it does obviously mean that he gets a lot more mistakes because he's playing more. But I think, to be honest, we have to be on the front foot against Burnley. We need a result. We need a decent result, particularly. We've got Brighton playing Nottingham Forest at home. Kicking off at the same time. They'll be more likely to win that game despite losing 4-0 away to Roma. And I think Newcastle play on Monday. So those are sort of the ones we're competing for that 7th spot, in my opinion. So we need to be sort of better in their results, and a win today would definitely put pressure on Newcastle to having to get a win, and also Brighton would need to win as well, but they're 3 points behind us, so a win for both would still mean we're 3 points ahead, of course. But a defeat mean we could end up 9th by the end of Monday. Now, midfield, let's think. Let's have a little thinky poos, shall we? Let's have a little thinky poos. Let's think. Let's assume he's going to persevere with Jarrod Bowen, with Mohamed Kudus on one side, and with Lucas Paqueta on the other side. I'm a bit worried he's getting a lot of Luce is getting a lot of game time at the moment for somebody who's been injured for so long, but still, he'll persevere with that. I mean, the only alternative is bringing in Antonio, but I mean, he brought him off in the 89th minute on Thursday, didn't he? So there's no difference there. Midfield, I mean, we can it's 3 from 4, isn't it? Really, I'm a bit worried about Alvarez at the moment, because the amount of, he's only a yellow card away or 2 from missing 2 games, and we've got some really critical games coming up. I wonder whether he starts with Calvin this week, and maybe if he starts with Calvin, for me, he drops. That means he drops JWP, because we've got no height in our forward line. But then I suppose you could say also because we've got it's either going to be Souček gets dropped or JWP. Now JWP at the moment has been the Calvin Phillips substitute recently. So in terms of like 60 minutes, 65 minutes, it's JWP off for Calvin. Calvin can obviously offer, he's a good dead ball specialist as well. So in terms of that sort of string to JWP's bow, he can do that. I think he'll probably more likely do that. I reckon he'll do that. I reckon he'll put Souček in just to give that bit of physicality. In terms of the sort of, I don't particularly like Thomas Souček being in a 10 role, but I think that's a starting lineup. That's what I reckon it is. Be totally different, probably. He'll probably put Zuma back in. He'll probably put JWP in and play the same side that they played last on Thursday, with the exception of Areola. If Emerson's injured, I would imagine he'll put Cresswell in. Yeah, but that's the assumption that Emerson's okay. Anyway, do you think that makes sense? I mean, to be perfectly honest, we haven't got much left, have we? We've got Danny Ings, Antonio. You've got Ogbonna, Cresswell, Ben Johnson. I mean, personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Ben Johnson giving a run out instead of Vladimir on that right back. I think Vladimir played a lot of games. It's catch up in a little bit. And when it comes to genuine pace, and Burnley do have genuine pace in the wings, he often is second best. So that does worry me a little bit. But I mean, the side's good. I mean, that side is good enough to get a result against Burnley. No two ways about it. Bowen needs a couple of goals. We'll have some England internationals soon, so he wants to get in England, for the last. Would that be the last one before the European squad is announced? Quite possibly, or the long squad for the European is announced. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and Anton will probably be seeing you in a few hours' time with the watch along. Much love. Bye bye.